Hey guys, it's been a big 48 hours for us. Aaron had his vasectomy yesterday, and we thought we would talk about some of the things that have been talking points, let's say, for us for the past 2 days. I will start by saying that I'm so thankful that Aaron was willing to get a vasectomy, and I'm so proud of him. Of course, because he had the vasectomy done, that means that in addition to taking care of our 4 children, I have had to make sure that he's okay. And I'm not good at that, to be honest with you. I feel very overwhelmed by the day-to-day stresses of 4
historically
kids.
You're not good at that.
Yes, historically I'm not very good at that. He actually had a hernia years ago. We had to have emergency surgery for, and I was so angry and upset that he was not going to be able to help me with my issues that it became a major not a good moment for me personally. So, well, I'll tell you about that story later. I need him and I need his help, and I don't find it easy to be a stay-at-home mom. It's a challenge every single day. So that's kind of something we're going to talk about today. But I don't want to overshadow the fact that I appreciate Aaron choosing to get a vasectomy, and I am happy to nurse him back to health, even though he's been taking on a lot today. So, I love you, baby. Did you want to start with anything? I feel like I've been talking a lot, so do you want to share?
Well, I mean, this is really your thing that you want to talk about, but there are some times when our spouses can get overwhelmed, and sometimes it doesn't seem like it's something that the other spouse is struggling with.
It's very hard to be a stay-at-home mom for me. I deal with jealousy when it comes to Aaron working outside of the house. Years ago in our marriage, Aaron was willing to leave his profession to allow me to work outside of the house. We had a shop, a storefront. At the time we started the store, we had just given birth to our second son.
I took some time off so she could run the store, and that was my way of showing her that I could take the back seat if she wanted to try to lead and provide for the family. That didn't turn out so well, but it wasn't that the idea wasn't a good idea. It just a few things didn't work out well, and we were not able to keep the store open.
It didn't turn out well because I realized that I did not have the earning potential that Aaron does, and that was very difficult for me. Because Aaron does very well professionally, he has a life outside of this house that I will never know, because my life is inside of the house taking care of children, and dealing with children is very difficult for me. So we routinely face this struggle of my jealousy. So since Aaron is very aware of my kind of jealousy of his professional success, I kind of want him to be able to share with you guys what that's like to be married to someone who you know is jealous of your work when you're working very, very hard in a context that your spouse doesn't necessarily appreciate.
It's frustrating. It's like if I wasn't accomplishing, and if I was down on my, then there would be a complaint that I am not doing my role. If your role is to provide and you're not providing, that would be a complaint, and that'd be a legitimate complaint, you know. So when you are providing and you're providing too well, and then getting complaints, it's almost like a damned as you do type thing. There's really nothing I can do, you know. It's like I've already tried to step down as a kind of a show of respect that, hey, you don't want me to be in the lead, I'll step behind you, but, you know, this is best for us, for me to be the head provider. There's literally no way for me to solve that. I can do what I can to try to make her feel better about it, but ultimately it's in her head. She has to fight that battle on her own. You can't really help someone deal with jealousy.
Well, and I agree with that. The way that we do handle it, though, because we definitely have to manage this on a day-to-day basis, we logically come back to the place that we chose to have a family, and someone has to do the menial tasks. Whether I like it or not, I'm better suited for it. Aaron is not as well suited to manage all of the things at the home. If we're going to work together as a team, I have to just accept that. It is my kind of burden to bear, and it's my responsibility as an adult to recognize that sometimes it just takes mental strength to get to the place where you say, what do I have to do? Regardless of how I feel about it, this is what I have to do. And it is helpful to look at what the alternative would be and to say, well, I don't want to not have a family, and I certainly don't want to leave this family that I have right now. In terms of whether the grass is greener, I don't actually believe the grass is greener, but that's irrelevant. I'm here now. And the way that Aaron helps me with that is is that he lets me vent, even when I'm not being nice,
It's
even when I'm
difficult.
being so mean. And I'm sorry, because I get so sick of doing the dishes. I mean, I feel like I play music sometimes when I'm doing the dishes. I play music when I have to fold my laundry, when I'm doing tasks that are very difficult. Sometimes I just cry, too. Yeah, I mean, there's no real solution for a lot of the tasks in the house. You just gotta do them. And so I try to just do them, and I try to limit the times that I have outbursts with Aaron. And Aaron kindly lets me have outbursts and tells me he loves me and that he's really sorry I feel that way.
That's 8 years in the making, so it's not the way it used to be. I'd immediately be like, what are you doing? This makes no sense. And so now it's like I have to forcefully tell myself to shut up. It's so hard because I totally want to strangle her mentally. It's just like listening to her. It's awful. It's in the moment you feel like, okay, she's acting like a petulant child, but she's not. She's in her mid-30s, and she acts like she's being abused, but she's not. I give her literally anything and everything I can. So you get angry and you want to take it out on her, but ultimately she's got to just vent, and that sometimes means venting on my face.
Okay, this leads me into the second thing that I want to talk about tonight. And the second thing of that is how to manage the things in life that are difficult for parents. Because even though Aaron does go to work, he still has roles of taking care of the kids. And part of why it can be, I think, difficult for a couple when whoever's taking on the majority of the household responsibilities, when there's kind of a jealousy or a competitiveness with the other spouse who is getting out of the house and has interactions and relationships with people outside that the stay-at-home spouse doesn't have. In addition to that, there is kind of a lack of appreciation for the restraints and constraints on the person who is the moneymaker. So Aaron goes to work. I expect him to come home as soon as the end of the day hits, and that when he gets home, he's going to immediately help with the kids because children are aggravating in a way that can be dangerous. You cannot let yourself get to a certain point with children. So there's a little bit more of a seriousness that when another adult comes in, if you say, I have reached my limit, I cannot control myself well, I need your help right now. And that happens when you're sleep deprived and you got lots of kids yelling at you. In particular, I don't do as well with discipline. I don't know how to parent, so I'm learning on the go, and it's hard for me to show them that I have confidence in myself. When Aaron comes home, I expect him to help. And I don't give him credit for the fact that his coworkers get to go have fun at the end of the day.
I get invited almost every day to go out and do something after hours. It's always a no.
He tells people that he bought a family.
Oh, yes. Yes. My investment is my large family.
Yes, so I don't appreciate the fact that if Aaron didn't have a family, he'd be driving a supercar. He would have all kinds of wonderful things.
Yep. I do have plenty of coworkers that have very nice vehicles, and if they don't have families, they have very nice vehicles.
He has to deal with a stress that I don't get to see, and I think he's wonderful to me. He's really wonderful to me. It doesn't mean that my struggles are not real and valid struggles. It's just that I think that our relationship would be a lot worse if Aaron weren't so gracious. And I think that he's gracious because he sees that I'm really trying. I'm very introspective. He mentioned that in our last little vlog clip. I'm trying to better myself as a person. I want to be humble. I want to do a job that is required, even if there's no praise attached to it. But that's the mature side of me. That's not my natural emotional response. My natural emotional response is I want to go be adventurous. I want to meet fun people. I want people to tell me I'm interesting. I want people to say, wow, you're good at that. And I just don't get very much of that. So
lots of people want that. Praise is something we all want. It's rarely given, and some people are starving for it, so they want it even more.
I wanted to do something nice for Aaron. I'm trying to take care of him, and now that the kids are in bed, we made some food, and we are going to go eat our food. We hope you guys have a wonderful night, and we will be back again next time we have something to talk about.
Yep.
Bye.
Bye-bye.
You